Hey guys, look at the move today on MAXAR, okay? It looks like a ton of people are getting out of the stock. They just produced their third quarter results yesterday, and we can see the move down is 23% on the day. And I haven't purchased MAXAR yet, and it is on my stocks to buy November, and I think I will finally be able to get in the stock at a steep discount. And so we're going to go over their Q3 results over here, as well as look at the interactive stock chart and look at the MACD and relative strength index to see exactly when potentially I will be getting into the stock. And I'm not buying any shares yet, but I do believe next week will be a great time to enter the stock, okay? So first off, I think that, we'll see with the relative strength index that this stock is actually getting into the oversold territory. And so what that means is that that's a good buying opportunity that a lot of people are getting out of this stock, but it's an overreaction to the earnings report, okay? So today announced the financial results of the quarter ended September 30, 2020, so Q3, and all dollar amounts are expressed in US dollars. So consolidated revenue from continuing operations of 436 million. Net income of 85 million, including an 85 million gain on remeasurement of the previously held equity interest in Vricon. Diluted income per share from continuing operations of $1.32. And adjusted EBITDA from continuing operations of 112 million. And adjusted EBITDA margin of 25.7. So again, not bad. And they closed acquisition of Vricon to purchase the remaining 50% ownership interest on July 1st, 2020. Okay. So let's look at their statement. They generated solid year-over-year revenue growth this quarter as demand has remained resilient and our customers, which includes the U.S. Army, by the way, continue to rely on us for important national security and commercial missions. Okay. We also enjoyed significant backlog growth on a diversified set of awards with both government and commercial customers. So this is important. This is a company that is not going to go under anytime soon, not only because they increase their liquidity, as we'll see in the next paragraph, but also because they have one of their main customers is the government, okay, and they award some pretty big contracts to MAXAR, right? Our results this quarter further reflect progress on our multi-year strategy to position MAXAR for sustained revenue, profit, and cash flow growth. Okay, we're executing well, focusing on the protection and health and safety of our team members, families, customers, and communities. Our leverage continued to improve this quarter, and we ended the quarter with over 500 million liquidity, which we believe provides ample flexibility to execute our multi-year growth plan. Okay, et cetera, et cetera. They keep on going. They purchased the acquisition of, they managed the acquisition of Vricon, and to fund this transaction, they issued 150 million in aggregate principal amount of new senior secured notes due 2027. Okay, and so total revenues from continuing operations increased to 436 million from 413 million, or by 23 million for the 3 months ended September 30, compared to the same period of 2019. So again, this is pretty good news that despite the pandemic, they're still able to increase their revenue growth, and they actually had, as we'll see here, their net income was in the positive range, right? So that's really good news for Vricon that, despite the pandemic, they're still actually able to come out with a profit, okay, of 85 million, right? They also recently announced that they're going to give out a dividend of 1 cent per share per quarter. So that's pretty good news here. And so that's pretty much all I have to say for the earnings report. And I mean, of course, they weren't amazing, but they weren't terrible because of things like the pandemic slowing down growth and slowing down operations in MAXAR, right? And just overall, this is a stock that has definitely increased. Like year to date, we can see that this stock is up by 31%. However, if we look at the 5-year chart, this company has been poorly managed, and they lost a bunch on like some satellite deals or some satellite operations. So this used to be like a $66 stock, but then crashed by over 90% to trade at like $5 in 2019, but then they got new management and finally it's back up again at around $21. Okay, so again, I do like this stock. Recently it has just had a hold rating with a price target of $28, which represents a significant like $7 upside from here. But I do think that pretty much this stock does have room to go down even more, especially looking at the 5-day trend, we will see, based on the technicals, which I'll show you in a second, just so you can see everything. I'll exit my screen here, and we can see, first of all, the MACD, so the moving average convergence divergence, actually went below zero. Today we can see right now it's negative 0.4. Okay, so this generally is a sign, a bearish sign, and when it goes below zero, as we can see previously, when the MACD crossed zero, we can see that this stock actually, right here, when it crossed below zero, there had been a pretty much couple of weeks of downward movement of the stock, right? So when the MACD was negative 2.31, we can see that corresponds to pretty much the lowest point of the stock price. Okay, so I do think, and of course, when the MACD is positive, or when the MACD is moving upwards, that also tends to send the stock price upwards, right? So I am going to wait and see what the MACD does in terms of actually trying to figure out when to buy the stock. I do believe that there is more of a sell-off coming, and maybe the stock will even push to like $18 a share, and then I'll put my shares into the market. And if we're looking at the relative strength index, which determines whether a stock is overbought or oversold, we can see right now that the relative strength index is 33.4, and generally when it goes under 30, it means that the stock is oversold, and when it goes above 70, that means that the stock is overbought. Okay, so again, once this goes below 30, that might be a good time to buy the stock. And of course, that's a general indicator. With any new news or any new major investors, this could shoot the stock price flying high, or could take the stock price down even lower. I'm just looking, of course, at the technicals just to see exactly when I could put my money into the market, because generally I didn't really look at technicals, but I am finding that the more I look at technicals, the better deals I will be able to achieve on stocks like this, right? And of course, this is a company that's right now like $1.32 billion, so pretty much a penny stock by any standard, right? I believe that if it's under $2 billion, that's pretty much, penny stock territory. Okay, so I definitely am waiting, and I do think that if the stock price does continue to trend lower based off of these indicators here, then I will be putting some money into this stock, because I think it is a good way to be exposed in the space infrastructure market, but not have, an insane amount of like a P ratio above 600, or no profitable earnings from the company, right? Something like a Virgin Galactic, they're just burning through cash. All the best to them, but I don't feel comfortable in investing in that company when they have no growth, right? And when we're looking at this company has a P ratio of like 4.88, which is just absolutely insane, trailing 12 months P ratio. So I do believe that this stock will continue to grow and will continue to be a growth beast. I just believe that there will be more selling to come in the coming weeks, and I don't want to get burned on the stock by not buying at or near the bottom. But yeah, that's just my take on MAXAR. Just wanted to let you guys know. Let me guys know what you think of the video, especially of the more technical side of things. And I think that what I'm going to do is, when I'm considering to buy a stock, I'm going to look at the tech analysis and see exactly when I think that there could be a bottom of the stock or near bottom of the stock where I can buy in. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.